What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good-ass weekend. Hope you had a positive weekend. Let's get to it. So this is a little positive talk that I want to talk about. I haven't done this in a while. I haven't used this platform in a while either. I missed it. I haven't really been doing anything in a while. I really I hadn't had the motivation to do anything lately. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Like that's all about the human life. There's gonna be times when you're into something and then you're just gonna have that feeling. You're just not gonna really have that energy to do it as you used to do it. I used to upload videos on YouTube every single day. Now I don't do it anymore. You know why? Because I feel like YouTube is always trying to turn you into something that you're not. You know what I mean? And I'm not really gonna get into it, but I just don't really I don't really upload as much as I used to on YouTube. I'm more focused on my podcast. But I just decided to get on here and just start uploading from time to time when I can. But yeah, let's get to it. So I talked about this on a podcast. I upload it every Tuesday at 8 a.m. So check that out on Spotify, Anchor FM, all major platforms. But anyway, I talked about this. I talked about how some people like to beat themselves up when they don't get to that position they want to be in. Sometimes they tell themselves that they can't do it, or they can't make it, or they tell themselves that they ain't shit. They just like to put that negative energy around them. And I feel like that needs to stop, because you're not going to really get anywhere in life if you're just being negative all the time. Because think about it like this. If you are planning on buying a house, right? And you're in a position where you don't have the money to buy it, or your credit is not really as good your credit is not really the best right now. So you just beat yourself up. Oh, I wish I had it. Oh, I wish I did this. You start complaining. You start being negative. And most people do that a lot. When they can't get something, they start going the negative route. Sometimes I do this, but I learned how to stop that. Because here's the thing. If you want to get certain things that you want, I feel like you need to work towards that goal. I feel like you need to stop being that negative energy, or that negative asshole, or that negative bitch, or that negative jerk that you're being, and start being a positive person. Because when you're just being negative, you're not really doing anything to change anything. Think about it. Imagine you tried that. Imagine you was a high schooler. You're in high school right now. Imagine. And you just tried out for the basketball team. You didn't make the cut. You start complaining. Oh, I didn't make the team. That coach is bugging. I have skills. Blah, blah, blah. La, la, la. You just start complaining, right? Okay. You didn't make the team. Is that the end of the world? No. And here's another thing I want to add on to that. Most people, when they get bad news, or they get news that's not good for them, they think it's the end of the world. It's not. It's just a setback. Here's the thing. I remember when, I'm not gonna tell you where I work specifically, but I remember when I was at my job. I still work here now, but I remember when I found out that everyone, because I was working. I still work at this place now, but I was working, and I was on vacation at the time. When I came back from vacation, I found out that where I worked at, everyone was going to lose their job, including me. When I found this out, I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, what I'm going to do for money? You know what I mean? And I was like, I didn't let that bad news stop me from still doing my thing. I didn't let that stop me from still working. I didn't have a negative mindset and tell myself, you know what? Damn, I'm about to get fired. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do for money. Blah blah blah. I didn't really complain. I just didn't care anymore. I just like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to go. Maybe it's time for me to move on to something better, because I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So maybe this is a sign to get me out of here so I can do something better. You know what I mean? So when I got that opportunity to stay at my job, but I was working for someone else, hey, that was good for me. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when bad things happen, another positive moment is going to happen right away. You know that, you ever heard that saying, when one door closes, another one opens? Well, that is true, because when things don't really go as planned as you expect it to go, there's always going to be a turn of events where a positive energy or a positive solution or a positive problem is going to get in the way of that negative bullshit that's blocking your path. And I feel like that is true. You know what I mean? I remember when I was younger, this is when I was in high school. I was supposed to I didn't really get to. I remember when I had like a learning disability. It was tough. It wasn't the best for me when I was in school, because it was a challenge for me, but I still was able to pass. I was able to graduate. I was able to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't really let negative stuff get in my way. You know, whenever I hear bad news, I get upset sometimes, but at the same time, I just don't really let that stop me from doing me. You know, because here's the other thing about me. Whenever someone tells me I can't do anything, I prove them wrong. I don't try to prove them wrong. I don't like go out my way to say, oh, I'm going to prove you wrong. No, I just do it. And then when I do it, they just look at me shocked. They be like, oh, wow, you can always do it. I know I can always do it. People are going to say that to you a lot. People are always going to tell you can't do anything, but you just have to just keep shut. You just have to keep shut and just do it anyway. You know what I mean? Because it's like, people don't know what you're capable of. I don't know what I'm capable of, but you know how I can find out? If I try. You know what I mean? You always have to try to get to where you want to go. And that comes all around to the thing I was just starting to talk about. If you want to get to that position that you want to be in, you have to work hard and you have to try things to get you to that position that you want to go. It's that simple. But this is Positive Gaming. Hope you have a beautiful Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend. And peace.